So we got free dining released yesterday. I saw, and just makes me want to harp on the theme again. Is Galaxy's Edge not going to bring in the crowds that Disney thought? Because why are we all of a sudden giving out free dining?
I don't know. Judging by Disneyland, I don't know. They say that I know people are waiting, but everybody's saying the park is dead.
I know. It's really strange. I guess I kind of understand it because I guess people just freaked out and were like, "I'm staying away."
Yeah.
But I don't know. At the same time, I thought people would just kind of fight through that and say, "Screw it, I'm going to Star Wars." I mean, I guess some did.
Yeah. Like part of me, when we did our trip, I was very worried. Like, oh no, I want to be there before it. But now I was like, oh, maybe it would have worked out if we were there when it opened. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting to see. They put a lot of money and time and energy and stock into this. So let's see what happens at Disney World, though. I think they're not going to be so disappointed. Although they have a better way of, telling their numbers, seeing the numbers before it even happens, just based upon reservations.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something going on there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's just.
And also, real quick, you need not fear. Because the Skyliner will not be open when you go in August,
Yes.
and you not have to brave the heights.
I can build up my courage
for
the next
January,
time.
because I'm going to make you go on camera.
I did see that.
So that's happening. And you just happen to be staying at a resort that's going to have a station, so that's just perfect. Right? In January?
Oh, not in January. This one I will be. I'm just staying at an all-star.
Oh,
we're just doing
we're
just doing an all-star in January because it's just a quick weekend thing.
How convenient. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do plan on going to Galaxy's Edge, which is at Hollywood, and then it connects to Epcot. So I mean, I'm gonna have to ride it.
We're riding. Much like the new art you see on the channel, you may see Johnny's head popped out of a window, crying for help. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. Tim here, alongside, as usual, my co-host Johnny. And we didn't really have much of an idea for a show today, so I'm going to spring an idea right now that this man to my right doesn't even have an idea what I'm going to say. And that is, I thought it'd be fun because maybe we could even do a couple episodes on this depending on how long this conversation goes. But what do we want to see announced at D23? And because I just sprung that on you, I'll start, and then you can kind of gather your thoughts, but I'm sure you have some. I just came up with this idea because I was seeing a lot of speculation now. People have brought up the point that the 50th anniversary is coming, obviously. Everyone's aware of that. But also the 100th anniversary of the company will be following that, I believe, 2 years later. And some people think we're going to get bigger announcements at this D23 than most people realize. And I think that for me, and I think most people, a lot of people, the announcement of a fifth park at Disney World is kind of what everyone's kind of like hoping for.
Yeah, that's like my first thought. As soon as you said that, that was my first thought.
Now, if they open this, let's take this a little further. We'll go in depth on the first selection. If there's going to be a fifth park, what's it going to be? Like, to you, what's your ideal? Like, what do you do with this
Ideal,
park?
my thought is a villain's park, where you have you can go opposite of Magic Kingdom. You can kind of have a Cinderella-like castle, but I don't even know,
like its alter ego.
Yeah, like not that they use it, but like the if you saw Rogue One, like that Darth Vader, where he lives, like something like that. Not his, obviously, but something like that. And then you
the Wicked Witches. Not the Wicked Witch. Jeez, I wasn't about to. The Evil Queen and Snow White. Or does Maleficent have a castle? I can't even think of the top of my head.
I'm sure it's been a while since I've seen it. But like you could just go complete opposite of Magic Kingdom, where that's your happy park, and you just have the opposite with the villains.
I think that is the general consensus between the fans that they want to see. But do you think? And I'm wondering if this is why they're toting out this villains after hours thing, to kind of see what the fan reaction is, because they got really specific quick. Like, oh, we're gonna do an after hours now, and it's gonna be villains. And I just wonder how you're gonna have to walk a fine line. Obviously, it can't be like too scary or anything like that. And then, where do you go from there? So are you gonna? I mean, is it gonna have a dreary feel to it? Like, it's just not really Disney-esque.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess they would find a way to do it.
Yeah, you do something. I mean, because then at least Magic Kingdom has the villains. You could still have the nicer of the characters incorporated in it too. That the villains opposite the heroes.
It just makes me think to myself, okay, so imagine in your head this Villains Park opens, and judging by kind of how Disney does things in each one of their parks, there's always multiple lands in their parks, right? That's kind of how they do it. They're almost like the same style to some level. Like, so what are some lands that I'm gonna see in a Villains Park? I'm not gonna see Frontierland. I'm not gonna see things like that. So it's a very. I guess what I'm saying is it'd be the first time they made an entire park very specific to almost one niche.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not totally true, because I guess Hollywood Studios at one time was, and that didn't work out too well. They had to kind of rearrange it.
I mean, you could go like a regional type of. I mean, I don't know what you'd name them, but you do regional as to where
these villains lived.
Where the movies took place, like a Europe, the Europe one, the America one, something to that effect.
I know, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Unless it just isn't themed land to land. It's just a villains park, and it's just dark. It just has that villains feel from when you walk in to when you walk out. I mean, the ride potential is obviously, I would say, pretty awesome. Like, you could probably do a ton of different things. Anything with a thrill element to it could be just like themed to a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Log flumes, roller coasters, free falls,
Yeah, now that
you name it.
Now
dark rides, obviously.
They own Alien. You maybe can get that extra terrestrial ride back in.
If they wanted to go there, I personally like that.
Yeah,
a lot of people did. But I guess going back to what I said a little bit earlier is, what's going to be too intense? For the kids. That's the only thing with the Villains Park.
Unless they want to try to make it more of teenage to adult type thing.
I just think,
but
yeah.
They could do that, but I mean, yeah.
You don't want to take the fifth park off the docket for all ages, though, right?
No.
You want to have. And then I think to myself, like, if it's not a Villains Park, because that's a popular one, right? Like, what is it? What else could it be?
Well, they could do. They're kind of doing copies of other things. They could do like a Disney Sea, where everybody talks about that being.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
The best Disney park.
It does look.
I mean, that's on a Disney bucket list to go over to Tokyo and see that. But I mean, from what video and everything I've seen on it, it looks good. You could do something like that. Yeah,
and I think that what I like about that idea is that park is just is open, right? In other words, there's no particular theme you have to follow per se. It just has a feel to it, and there's like the Jules Verne. I don't even know what. I'm just spitfiring like where these areas are. But I know there's like a Jules Verne kind of area there with the Journey to the Center of the Earth and 20,000 Leagues, and then I think there's a New York or some type of American.
Yeah, there's something that I know there's like a New England type Cape Cod type little section. I think it is, but I don't think there's like. I don't think there's like a major icon either, so it's kind of like just a.
Yeah, I guess
just
the volcano would be if it was anything. Yeah. I don't really know. But anyway, point being, that leaves it a little more open. Now, I think this move is logical in another sense that Universal's building a fourth gate. Mm-hmm. That's happening. Everyone knows it.
Yeah,
Did we get I think we might even got an official announcement. I don't remember. If we
I don't think there's an official, but I'm pretty sure they're.
I want to say I even saw blueprints, but whatever. It's gonna happen, and Nintendo World's gonna be there, and more Harry Potter's gonna be there, and all that good stuff.
And Disney's gonna have to try to one up them.
So it makes me wonder, like, is Disney gonna go in with a fifth gate and be like you said, like Villains Park, or or a Disney Sea type thing, or are they going to go with kind of what Universal's doing, where here's another park where we can put a little more Star Wars in there if we want to. We can put a little more Pandora in there if we wanted to.
If they want to start incorporating like the Fox stuff,
yeah,
find a place for that. Like you can, or maybe some announce it will be that they're getting the rights back to Marvel from Universal.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing.
And then they could do a whole Marvel park. But that,
well, that's a big swing right there. So if that happens, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Because now you can almost have like an action park type of thing, where kind of what Disney California Adventure seems to be becoming. Like we're gonna have almost like a Six Flags. I mean, it's gonna be better than obviously, but we're gonna have like those types of things where like more thrill rides and more like kind of like family, but still more teenage to adult things going on. And then you throw Marvel in there, and that's perfect. And then, I don't think the whole park would be Marvel. I don't think they'd go that route.
No,
that would feel weird.
They'd start.
It would feel weird if they had a whole Marvel park.
They'd started with Marvel, and then maybe other things branch off of it. I mean, like
plus with like Guardians being where it is.
Yeah, I mean, since Marvel's so big for them, you think they want to just strike while, but I don't even know what the details of what they'd have to do to get how much money they'd have to pay Universal, or whatever, after how much they just spent on Fox and all that.
It's immensely popular. No one's going to argue that. But I don't think they would go the entire park on that premise. I think they would definitely build a significant portion of the park to that premise, and then maybe go some other direction as well. Then it begs the question, what do you couple with that? What do you... I don't want a Florida adventure. I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was brainstorming this today a little bit, and I just can't really and this is why Imagineers are Imagineers, and I'm not one, I guess. But I just can't think to myself what would you do that would be limitless? Like you have to be able to just, have options with these different lands. So you throw Marvel Land in there. Now is that weird because Guardians is in Epcot? There's something else. There's no other Marvel as of right now, right? No. So okay, and then I guess it's not too bad, considering they have a Toy Story Land and a Buzz Lightyear in another park. So whatever, right?
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat on that, Disney. But then what else do you put in? Is that where you get? Is this where Indiana Jones is going to come into play? And things like that. I guess you could put a Frozen Land in there now. They're building one in other places, so it's going to be a thing. They could put the Jules Verne rides in there. That Journey to the Center of the Earth is apparently amazing, so maybe they clone that. I guess they can pretty much do what they want, but they'll need an icon. They'll need some type of theme and
yeah, especially you can get away with it other places, but
it's an interesting thing.
Disney,
and there goes Remy. He's on the art.
He has an idea.
Now he's going to be on the podcast. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see, and I think that's the announcement that everyone wants to see. How about the Brazil Pavilion? Or a new pavilion.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be something because they're doing so much work in Epcot. Something is going to something, whether it be Brazil or Spain or India or even Australia. I know was one that was thrown out there, but
it seems to be leaning towards Brazil.
Yeah, I think because there is no other south, nothing besides Mexico, but nothing further, nothing else in South America. So it would be something, a completely different thing. It does need something else.
Yeah, probably a few more, really.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I hear they're going to announce this and they're not going to put an attraction in it. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
What's up with these pavilions? Need to start getting some attractions, and obviously, they're putting one in France. They spruced up the one in Norway, so I think they have a kind of a clue, but
it just kind of seems like they want to. If they're going to put an attraction, they don't want to create something like a Maelstrom was, where it was just an attraction for the country. They want it connected to some sort of Disney IP, which
is fine.
but I don't. Yeah, I can't think of the
Brazil
top.
doesn't have one like we talked about before. They have Rio technically now if they bought Fox.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can build. I mean, if maybe they build a new pavilion and they put a new attraction somewhere else. Someone's got to get one. The Matterhorn thing, the whole idea with like the Sweden, the Matterhorn, that all makes tons of sense.
Yep.
The bullet train thing in Japan. I mean, there are things that could be done, and I feel like they desperately need it.
Yeah, it seems like they just.
The kids hate walking around that area.
Yeah, they have.
They get bored so quick.
They have.
We like it.
Yeah. Always. Yeah. As you become older, Epcot kind of just becomes your
drink or try some food or just kind of take it in. But the kids are bored out of their minds. Like,
yeah, I know they try to do with the Kid Cot things, but like it's only a certain thing. So you gotta.
It's a Band-Aid.
Like an Epcot day for us is very. I think I probably do more walking in Epcot than anywhere else because you go do your. You may go get a drink or two, but then you got to bounce back somewhere to go on a ride, and then you bounce back. So like anytime I've gone around, I've never a drank around the world in order. It's always you bounce all over the place because you gotta. You can only, they can only.
They can't deal.
Last so long without.
I don't blame them either, really. I mean, I'm probably only like. I mean, if I'm not 21, even if I'm just 20, I'm probably bored out of my mind at Epcot, like in that World Showcase area. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of cool things if you really delve in. I walked into a couple of different showcases this time. I know we had talked about seeing the Circle Vision shows. I didn't do the China one. I skipped it again. I did go see O Canada, though.
Mm-hmm.
Never done that one before. It's okay. It's a movie with screens around you. And it's, like, somewhat cool, but, I mean, it's not, like, redoable. Like, I'm not going to run back there and do it again next time I go. And you got to stand up. If you're walking around the park all day, the kids hate that, too. I see a ton of kids laying on the floor. They're just totally disengaged.
Yeah, it's just,
It's not. But you know what's funny is Canada's got a cool pavilion, though, if you walk back there. I don't know if you've done it. The rock
a long time ago. I plan, I mean, at least this trip, I plan on, maybe I'll have to sneak off by myself or with my brother, just kind of go explore a little bit more. But
yeah. And if you go down there, when I'm walking to Canada, I'm thinking to myself, this is a good feel for a queue if they had like some kind of a ride here.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, I watched Martin Short play hockey.
A young Martin Short.
A younger Martin Short.
Yeah, youngish.
Yeah, I think like 10 years ago, maybe you recorded that, something like that.
Aren't they? They're supposed to be adding more. Is that one they're kind of sprucing up too?
Yeah, I think they're getting. I don't think he's coming back either. Maybe Keanu Reeves will this time, which would be kind of cool. It's a popularity. Anyway, yeah, so that's definitely something I like to see announced at D23 because I think that just needs. I just needs it. Like I don't know what else to say about it. Epcot I love it, but it needs. I love and I hate it, and it needs. And one of the reasons why is it just needs more rides. Another attraction. I'd like to see announced. I like to see him announce something like what it's gonna happen. Let's just come out with it already. What are you going to do with Rock and Roller Coaster? It's not staying there, at least in its current incarnation. So what's the deal? Let's find out a little more about this.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. If that's the case, they're gutting the whole entire ride because there's no way they're putting a Monsters Inc. ride with that ride system they got in there right now. It's way too intense for a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right.
That's
it's tricky.
That is one. Yeah.
But then now you got Lightning McQueen over there.
Yeah, so maybe you can. I don't know.
So you going Pixar over there? Or are you going Cars? Is that building big enough to build upon and get the indoor radiator springs that people have talked about? That rumor seemed to fizzle. I would say it's probably safe to say that rumor's probably dead, really. But who knows? You never know, though. Yeah. They come out of nowhere and they're like, boom, we're doing this.
Yeah, because that's kind of a weird spot with. You don't want to theme that whole spot because you don't. I wouldn't want them to change Tower of Terror all that much. So it's like you're in a weird spot over there for.
I feel like that's inevitable too, at some point.
Yeah,
I hate
at
to
some
say
point,
it,
yeah.
But it's just gonna have to go because of that reason.
Yeah.
Because that tower completely controls the aesthetic of that entire area.
Mm-hmm.
So if that stays there, you can't do other things that they're gonna want to do. And if they're gonna want to do a Monsters Inc. mini land or a Cars mini land or whatever they're thinking they're gonna do, I could even see like a miniature Radiator Springs going over there. I could see that fitting. You make that right on the sunset. I could see that walking into that way. I could see that.
Yeah.
And it would match Toy Story Land, you have Cars Land, you have Star Wars Land. Like basically, that entire park becomes lands themed upon one IP piece. Boom, 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 one after another. Maybe you throw the Indiana Jones Land over to the left.
Yeah.
I think that's where that park's going.
It seems like it.
And I just like to get some more information about it. But that might be too far off too. I don't know, because we're in 2019 now. Yeah, so I don't know. They're not going to have another one till the 50th. So there's got to be some big announcements coming here.
Yeah.
Something's got to be just huge. I like to see them announce, that they're going back in prices on the pass holders.
Yeah,
that's happening.
No, they'll announce they're going higher.
Anytime soon. I don't think they're going to announce more resorts or something boring like that too.
Yeah. I'm hoping that, they are some kind of Tomorrowland update. I know that the big
Tron, but
yeah, but maybe they'll say what they're gonna put where Stitch was, or if they do something.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
But I know that people are making a big deal because they just took the Tomorrowland sign down to the entrance, and they've been painting things. So maybe that you get some sort of a little.
That needs to, and I'm on board with that too. That needs to happen, and you know what? It'd be nice to get some kind of information. And the Stitch is out the door, so. Although I do believe on the website it's still listed as seasonal, but that's nonsense because it's completely dismantled.
Yeah, I think it's
so
just
it doesn't matter.
Just
we know that for a fact. We've seen the skeleton.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I still contest. My prediction is that when Tron opens, maybe, all right, so maybe you gotta wait a year till the 50th or whatever, but Space Mountain's going down and getting some type of facelift.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be a good balance side by side.
Yeah, they're gonna do something. Yeah, they don't have to. Yeah.
Upgrade the track, upgrade the ride system, upgrade the audio. Maybe the projection system inside.
Yeah.
Simple things, but things that can make it.
Yeah, and they'll do maybe as long as they don't go crazy with maybe add some sort of lighting to the outside that kind of match that Tron. They're gonna do something, and they have to do. You're gonna see that Tron then. And they gotta do something with the Speedway too. That's just kind of.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the other thing I'd like to see, kind of piggybacking on that's a little down the way, but same idea is maybe Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer. Like, let's make that big announcement. Shut it down, building some kind of huge attraction over there.
Yeah. Because I don't even.
Another mountain, or.
Yeah, it's been. I think I was probably a little kid the last time I went to the Tom Sawyer Island. Just something you don't even think about going to.
They put another e-ticket over there, boy. That'd be the corner of the park to be at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Splash, Thunder, and another one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be. Maybe they can go back to the whole. That old ride that they originally had. And they scrapped the Thunder Mesa or whatever it was. But they ended up scrapping because people wanted to see Pirates of the Caribbean, so they ended up doing that instead. I thought that would be the case though, but it would be cool to see him put something there. And like, when you put something there, like, where are you? You could theoretically be in Liberty Square.
Yeah.
Or still in Frontierland.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know.
I guess you're still in Frontierland. The Country Bear's kind of like right across from that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Or maybe they build a Country Bears dock ride. That's been a rumor. I think that would be cool. Take the Country Bears concept, put them in show scenes. Maybe through some kind of zany little ride where it kind of goes a little fast and does some weird things in between or something. And keep those iconic characters and make that ride, make it more exciting to experience it. People like rides. People like things that move. It doesn't even matter if it's an audio. If you're moving, they just enjoy it more. It's weird.
You see something different, yeah.
As opposed to sitting in a theater, especially kids. Kids are gonna ride.
Yeah.
They're not that into the shows, I find. At least mine isn't. She'll sit through them and stuff, but it's not the same. You can tell.
No, it's not the same excitement as a ride.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you put your kid on the monorail and he's pumped.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's moving. And,
yep.
Oh, how about that? There's another one. Did we get an official announcement on the new monorails coming? Because that's supposed to be pretty much a rock solid thing.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything official.
No, not yet.
That would excite me. Because those things look horrible right now.
Yeah.
Love them, but they look absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, they don't do the wraps like Disneyland does, do they?
No.
No, because even just seeing the whatever they the character wrap, they look cooler out in Disneyland. But
They look so like 80s.
yeah, something. Yeah, they do need to update them.
Yeah, and they said they were gonna.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Bob Gore that like kind of confirmed it.
Yeah, I thought because
already
we were
done,
talking about
but
whatever
still
company
no-
it was
yeah,
that there was
still-
a dozen. But
Yeah,
yeah, that just quieted down.
still no. Yeah. Well, I mean, think about last time they announced that huge theater and a new show on Main Street, and then like they just
Oh yeah,
scrapped
that,
it.
yep, yeah, that was the last D23.
And the rumor was they scrapped that because they said, you know what, we're doing monorails.
Mm-hmm.
But no confirmation. But then again, why not save that for D23? So it's just something to talk about. I wouldn't even be surprised if they already start announcing new phases for the Skyliner too. That'd be to me. That's just minor stuff at this point. Now if they're gonna start expanding that. It's just minor announcements. I don't even think it'd be worth. Maybe an update on what's going on with Mickey and Minnie, and an exact opening date for that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be one of the few people that just have a lot of optimism towards that ride. I want to see that.
Yeah, I do. I like that. I like that new the new. What am I drawing on? The new look of them. I like from those newer cartoons.
The new
It's
looks
very
awesome. The cartoons are like they're good too. They're funny.
yeah.
And they always incorporate things from the park. Like if you notice, sometimes you'll have like they'll be in a boat and it looks like the Jungle Cruise boat. And
Yes.
I like that stuff. Another thing we had spoken about via text and stuff is like the Epcot changes. We know they're coming and stuff. Maybe we get some absolute a little lightning out there.
Yeah.
We get some absolute specifics on what exactly that's going to be. You know.
Yeah.
Like what we're taking this out. So what's it going to look like now?
Yeah. Where's
Not blue sky. I want like actual things. Anyway, we have a thunderstorm going on outside and lightning, so we're gonna wrap up because I'm not gonna play that game. But we'll continue this conversation in next week's podcast if we have anything left to say about it. So we will see you next week. Once again, I'm Tim. He's John. At Quick Diz Takes. At John Castano. The Backside of Water at iCloud.com. By the way, don't expect this man to retweet you. I shouldn't say retweet you. Tweet you back. He's still yet to get that first tweet out, but maybe he'll be the lucky one.
Maybe.
You never know. You never, ever know. Anyway, everybody have a magical rest of your week, and we'll see you real soon.